Hey, welcome to the video. This is my final presentation assignment. Just basically an overview of the class, and I have 8 questions to answer. So let's just start with it. Question number 1. Which of your presentations do you feel was the best and why? My question and Dunham assignment I feel pretty good about. It took me a lot, like 10 tries to get that assignment recorded and in a way that I felt good about it. I had to be really open and honest about that question, and I'm never open and honest in person, let alone a camera. So, if I think that's the best, I hope you do too. Question 2. Which presentation would you redo if you were given a chance, and why? Probably the introduction. Kind of cheap and easy way out here, but I really believe in a good first introduction, and mine was pretty bad. I hate cameras, and videos even more so. So to do that and put it on YouTube and then share it, a little rough. I wish I could redo that. So, question 3. What are 2 things you learned about presenting to an audience, and why do you feel they're important? Confidence and just speaking clearly and just enunciating your words so people know what you are saying. If you kind of just mumble through it, no one's going to understand what you're even trying to say. If you're not confident about what you're saying, people aren't going to believe what you're saying. You have to have some authority, come at it with a bit of authority as to know what you're saying, and people should listen to you. If you're not confident, I'm not going to listen to you. If I'm not confident in delivering a speech or trying to convince someone of something, they're not going to listen to me. So I really need to know my stuff and be confident in what I'm saying, and I need to say it clearly and as concise as possible so the message doesn't get miscommunicated. So on to question 4. What's one piece of advice you'd give to people regarding presentation visuals? Don't let it block you. I mean, don't make the visual like block your face or block your mouth or block your speaking. It shouldn't be a distraction. It's an aid, it's a guide. You point to it, right? You point to it, but you're still speaking and you're not blocked at all. If I had like a PowerPoint behind me, I would be off to the side showing the PowerPoint, not in front of the PowerPoint having it be projected onto me. So just get comfortable with your visuals, memorize them. That way you're not constantly going back and forth between gazing at the audience and then gazing at your visual. If you're just going back and forth and whipping your head, you're going to give yourself whiplash. You're going to look like a fool, just a little bit. So memorize your visuals and don't block them. Just show them and point to them. That's the best thing or advice I have. Number 5. What's one piece of advice you give to others on dealing with nervousness? I'm kind of bad at this, so I don't really have a whole lot of good advice. It just comes down to being more confident on what you're presenting. So if you aren't confident on the topic you're about to present, then you're just going to appear nervous and like a big old messy ball of just nervousness, I guess. I mean, every time I've had to do a presentation at work and teach others, my coworkers, on how to use a program or do things a certain way, I had to know that front to back and back to front multiple times and got super comfortable with it to the point where I didn't need to look at the visuals to understand what I was talking about. The visuals are nice, and they were helpful for the people that were learning it, but I didn't need it. And I spoke from a position of confidence, and that kind of just wiped out all the nervousness. If you know what you're talking about, you're not going to be nervous. Whether it's, a group of 5 people or a group of 100. If you're just confident about it, it should just come naturally. So, question number 6. Give one piece of wisdom using a webcam for school or professional communications other than smash it with a hammer. Smash it with a hammer. I don't know. Piece of wisdom. Don't trust webcams. Even if they say they're off, I don't know. Always assume they're on, and always assume you're recorded. There you go. That's a good piece of advice with a webcam. If you're working around devices that have webcams, assume you're being recorded and act professionally. If you happen to be in the meeting and you don't notice that your webcam is on, and you're running around in your underwear, that's not good. You don't want to have that mental image for your coworkers or classmates. I do agree with the smash with the hammer sentiment. Every time I jump in a webcam meeting, my camera is off or the webcam is completely unplugged. I really don't believe in webcams. It's not productive. I'd much rather just share my screen and talk than use a webcam. But if it's there, assume it's on. That's the best piece of advice and wisdom I got for you. Number 7. What was one lesson you learned from the suite of Singing Pig assignments and how it might be useful in your professional life? Okay. Yeah, the Singing Pig assignment was interesting. We were supposed to pick a topic at work that was like, I don't know how to describe it exactly. Just thinking more on it. The Singing Pig project as a whole made me pick a topic of both, we had the work portion, what was the one thing professionally, and the other part was I chose myself as a Singing Pig for the first Singing Pig assignment. It just forces you to critically look at something and come up with a solution for it. It is pretty useful with the assignment we had for the Singing Pig. I chose a topic at work that we constantly have an issue with, which is how to code properly for trouble tickets. It's just been going on for years. I've been there like 7 years, and it's been a problem long before me. Just because there were so many options and variables, and each person chose a resolution differently than another. So really just taking a real hard look at the issue and seeing if there's a solution possible. How could we make it easier? How could we benefit from it? Both productively, and maybe even get some revenue in. So, I mean, you're just tackling an issue that's just been there and ignored and put off because it seems too difficult or it's too annoying to work with and no one wants to do it. Just get a group of people together. This is my one lesson. Get a group of people together who are committed on working through it and seeing it to the end to find a solution that benefits everyone. It's very useful, and I plan on doing this a lot more in my professional life because I have a lot more problems in my workplace that need to be dealt with. And so number 8, question 8, the last one. Finally, what's one thing you'd like to work on regarding oral and slash interpersonal communication in your professional life. Okay. I still have a lot to do on speaking. I'm not great at it. I probably never will be great at it. I'm not a great communicator. I'm not going to get up on a stage at a convention speaking to thousands of people. That's just not my thing. Uh, I'm really nerdy and more into like the technical stuff and not the people stuff. So I will never go for that. But what I would like to work on is just people skills and communicating generally. Is I'm not the best communicator. I'm really stubborn and kind of set in my ways. But I am open to change. It's really hard. So uh, it's just I got to work better on the communication side. Um, Use more professional language when addressing colleagues or bosses in meetings, both internally and externally with vendors and clients. I just need to be better at communicating personally. I'm already pretty confident on the topics I speak because I do a lot. I read through documentation front to back. I play with it all the time. I break it, I fix it, I find out when it went wrong. Um, but it's just communicating all that knowledge from my brain to my mouth and then to someone else's brain. I need to work on that. It just all comes down to word choice and being confident in my skill that I can project that out in the world and it can be understood in a way that others can understand it. Because I got a lot to say on certain things. It's just kind of hard for me to convey that to them. So that is it, I think. Yep, that's all the questions for the final presentation. So we should be all good. Thanks. Bye.